Just having those communications and having those talks with him has been a huge help.
How do you view yourself as a leader, especially coming in as the new guy?
Yeah, I mean, in the spring it was very different because I usually have, and being at South Dakota State, I had that presence, I had that rapport with all the guys that I was able to kind of like speak when I needed to speak. But here, I needed to build those relationships first, and that was one of the biggest things. And I felt like I did that, and as slowly time went on, I started to learn how different people reacted to different types of leadership. I would say I'm a very adaptable leader in that side of things, and being able to help with everyone and help raise the floors of everyone, but also raise the ceilings as well.
This receiving group wants to be more involved in the offense. How have you kind of worked with them and just kind of grown that chemistry now that you're here?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, all those guys are such fun guys to hang out with, and we hung out a lot this summer together. But we were also watching film every single week during the summer, and even during camp, every day together after practice. We're getting together, breaking bread with those guys, eating together, and not only eating together, but also watching film together. Just trying to learn about what those guys are going to be doing, what they're seeing out there, what I'm seeing, and what I want them to do. Just building that rapport with them as well, and building those relationships has really helped us. And I feel like you're going to be able to see that this fall.
We saw a couple deep passes to Reed on social media in the last few days. It's kind of reminiscent of Griffin Wilde. Is he not? Am I right there?
Yeah, no, he definitely kind of reminds me of him a little bit there. They play a similar style. Reese is obviously a little bit bigger than him, but it's fun when you get a couple deep balls in practice and really can get the defense riled up a little bit and have the offense having fun out there.
You had quite a few different weapons throughout your time there at South Dakota State. Any other guys that it's like, oh, that reminds me of passing to Zach Hines, or who were the twins?
Yankees.
Yankees. Used to cover UNI. So
Yeah.
Saw you call around UNI a few times. But any other weapons that are reminiscent of your guys at SDSU?
It's very interesting to see. Like, I feel like the entire receiving room here, they all have a bunch of different skill sets, and we have a bunch of different guys that are going to be able to play a lot this year, which is going to be really exciting. A lot of competition has been going on during this fall camp, and I almost feel like it's almost kind of a good mix of players throughout the entire receiving room. There's not anybody that is like good comparisons, so to say, but I feel like there's just a great mix of talent throughout the room.
Mark, your dad played football at Drake. How much have you relied on him throughout your football journey? And albeit you're at a different school, is it kind of wild to think that you're going to end your career in the same state that your dad played?
Yeah, it's a really cool feeling, and he coached me from first grade all the way to 8th grade, and I mean, he really kind of pushed me on my path to football. He really made me fall in love with football, and I remember me and him always used to just be playing catch in the backyard and watching Sunday night football together, watching the Bears growing up. And it's really cool. I started my career playing at UNI, and that was his first career start as well. And for us to end in the same state as well, playing football in Iowa, it's a pretty cool feeling.
Was your dad the start of the athletic legacy, or was there anybody before him, any grandparents that were athletes?
Yeah, my grandpa actually was Pop Warner All-American. I don't know how much he played after that. We always look back at the stats of how big he was. He was a 5'11", 190-pound guard in like the 1940s or 1950s.
As in high school?
No, this was more like yeah, I think it was like maybe freshman year, sophomore year, or freshman year, sophomore year. I don't know, whatever it was. But it's crazy to look at the size comparisons, because now you got Dunker, who's 6'6", 320 pounds. Like those are different sizes right there.
Yeah. Did your dad grow up in Iowa?
No, he grew up south side of Chicago.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
So both went from Chicago to Iowa. You kind of finished your careers now.
Yeah.
What does it take to have kind of longevity as a quarterback to stay healthy? The last few years, there's just been so many injury issues for Iowa quarterbacks. Is there anything that you can do to remain healthy, or that you're kind of being proactive about that, or is it just kind of lucky, basically?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely a little bit of luck into it. I mean, the past 3 years, knock on wood, I haven't missed a game. It's been really successful on that side of things, but I think it's also just making sure that we're getting into the PT room, getting into the therapy room, and almost doing prehab instead of rehab. Like, you're always working on the little different mechanical things that's maybe bugging you a little bit, and it's before it gets a big deal, just kind of squashing it early, and those injuries don't end up occurring.
Why was taking a bet on yourself the right decision? Go from the FCS to the FBS, where it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, I mean, one of the aspects of the whole process of making this decision is a lot of people always kind of look at the FCS as like the little brother to the FBS, which is okay. But having this opportunity and Iowa reaching out, it was kind of a blessing and a blessing that I had and an opportunity that I was willing to take. And I mean, knowing me, I only had one scholarship offer coming out of high school, and I had to bet on myself going there, getting an opportunity there, and ended up winning the starting job. And I feel like I've always kind of played with a chip on my shoulder, and getting this opportunity here, it's going to be the same way.
You got a lot of Iowa experience, even though you're not from Iowa. State fairs around happening right now. Have you ever had a chance to go? Is there a goal to go during this time since you're now here in Iowa?
Yeah, no, I haven't had the opportunity to. I was really disappointed that I missed the Solon hay bale toss. I know Pieper ended up winning it. I know a bunch of my guys from South Dakota State are from Solon, and they love that area and they love that whole event that goes on there. But haven't been able to do a lot of that stuff just with the busyness this summer.
How would you just self-evaluate camp for yourself so far?
Yeah, I feel like I had some ups and downs so far. You know, I'm trying to learn the offense. I feel like I'm at a really good point and knowing what we're about, what we're going to do, knowing our identity. But there's a lot more rooms that I can improve on, and just getting through reads quicker and even sometimes slower. Sometimes I'm getting through reads a little too fast. Having the opportunity to process the things and see how good of a defense that we have, and being able to have some success against the defense makes me feel good, makes the offense feel good, and just being able to continuously improve every single day, and that's what I feel like I'm doing, and that's what I feel like this entire offense as a whole has been doing, which has been great to see.
There's a clips of you with the deep passes to Reese on social media. Obviously, can you just walk us through kind of those two plays?
Yeah, well, one especially, it was there's another clip that got posted of Deshaun Lee making an awesome play on a corner blitz the play before, and we posted that one. And it was an opportunity for us to respond as an offense, and we ended up doing a nice play-action play and hit Reese over the top, which was an awesome opportunity in practice, and we ended up finishing it. Great to celebrate with the guys and complete those. And then the other one, it was just great opportunity to give Reese a one-on-one. When you have a 6'4" receiver playing X, you just got to give him chances, and he's going to go out there and make plays for you. And hopefully all our receivers this year, they're going to continue to make plays for us and be the playmakers that they are.
So your idea of cocky might have been like a sly comment in film or something. But just so you know, he did push back on the play.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't blatantly, say it, but there are times that I think I did need to be humbled, right? You get that position as a starter, and sometimes you can get complacent, and that's part of being young. Like, I'm the guy now, right? And I think I kind of went through that a little bit personally, but I understood that I needed to grow and get better. After looking at that, second season at center, I needed that more than anything to suck at the position, right? And to be able to grow and learn from that is the most important thing. And as long as I continue to do that, things are going to work out.
I know you guys have the mentality of you guys are horrible, you guys suck, whatever you want to phrase it, right? But is there something special about the fact that, like, a few years ago, I mean, I talked to you a lot about the outside noise, and you guys maybe will shut that out and really focus in. But is there something special about the fact that you guys have continued to grow, but people have stuck with the process, whether it be you, whether it be Jennings, whether it be Bo, like the pieces that were told or that people said weren't ready to achieve where you guys want to be at. Now you kind of see that potential, and you started to see it take shape last year. Is it a little bit more special just being with the same group?
Yeah, I think the people you bring in is the most important thing, and it starts with Coach Barnett and Coach Ferentz. Who you bring into the program, is what creates a culture, and we have the right guys, especially in our room. We understand where we want to go and what it's going to take to be there. It's going to be hard. We want it to be hard. We don't want it to be, easy. If it was easy, it wouldn't be worth it, right? So we have guys in there who have gone through hardships, but they're all winners. You look at their high school records, they're winners, and they know how to win, and they want to win. So they get here, they're super competitive. If you have guys like that in your room who are harder on themselves than the coach has to be, and their standards higher than where the coach is at, you're going to have a successful offensive line. You're going to go through your ups and your downs, but at the end of the day, it's football. It's an imperfect game. How you bounce back is the most important thing.
So this will be your third year at center, right?
Fourth
year at center. Okay.
Yep.
You've snapped the ball to a lot of guys at this point. I'm
Yeah.
like, is Mark going to be like the ninth guy?
We've counted. If we're thinking games, it's probably double digits.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's been a lot.
Okay, so what is it about him that maybe makes him different? Can you tell anything different about snapping the ball to him, or what do you see out of him as a quarterback that maybe makes him different?
Super confident dude. I mean, he's won a lot at SDSU, right? And he did a great job over there. And the culture they had, and bring him in, he fit the mold of what we're about and how we operate. So he came in, he's a winner, super competitive in the way he does things. And what's cool about him is he brings everybody along, right? He's working with the wide receivers, running backs, tight ends, even the line, right? He went on a trip with us in the summer to the Ozarks. So he's just, trying to really get involved with everybody and be a team guy, and he's done a great job with that. And he's one of the better leaders on the team for sure.
This is a year where you're kind of coming in as the guy. You're first on the depth chart. A lot of people talking about Addison Ostrenga. Just what's this mean to come in, kind of shouldering that load of being the guy at tight end this season?
Yeah, I'm excited for this year. Being my last year, it's been crazy how fast time's flown by. But no, it's going to be a fun year, and the whole tight end room is healthy and doing well in camp. So I think it's going to be a good year.
Where have you been seeing your most progression in the offseason from last year to where you are now?
I'd say the biggest thing is just being more comfortable. I feel like the game has slowed down quite a bit from my freshman year and even from last year. I think, being year 2 with the playbook, that's helped a lot too, just to be able to hear the calls and go out there and execute them. But yeah, I'd say the game slowed down a lot for me.
As tight ends, you guys have had a lot of quarterbacks you've had to play with the last few years. Mark's going to be like, the 9th, I think, different meaningful QB you guys have had.
Yeah.
What do you see out of him? I mean, what's it like catching a ball from him? Is he different in some way?
Yeah, no, he's a great guy. Off the field, I feel like I've gotten to know him really well, even though it's only been, about half a year. But no, I'm excited for him. He's a really hard worker and really athletic, and I think in practice he shows that. So he's going to have a great season, and I'm excited for it.
What is it about Iowa that's tight end you? What is it about this group?
I would say the biggest thing is just the coaching staff. We're really fortunate to have such great coaches. Coach Ferentz, starting out with recruiting, I feel like he looks for a certain type of guy, and I think just being able to hear tips from one of the greatest coaches to ever do it every day helps a lot. So yeah, learning from him and Coach Hodge as well just really pushes us every day to be our best, and we're just surrounded by great coaches.
What is it about Dunks and his personality that makes him who he is?
Dunk's a special guy. He likes to have fun, but when we're grinding and getting after it, he's serious. But no, he's a great player, great teammate, and I know he's gonna have a great season this year.
Addison, obviously you get excited every season, but when you look at the schedule, does that excite you even a little more to know you're playing a really challenging schedule this season? Yeah,
we're really excited for this year. I think we have a ton of different opponents. We're playing at Wisconsin. I'm from Wisconsin, so it'll be cool to have family in town and stuff like that. But no, it's going to be a great year, and we're all really excited.
That they have built a culture here, and with Coach Ferentz being here 26 years, it's just super sustainable. And what they've built here is definitely different. And I think there's little examples like just sitting together at meals, like requiring us to sit down and break bread with our teammates. Has been great. So I'd say the biggest thing is just the culture and how sustainable it is.
I'm trying to remember, are you from Nashville? Is that where you're from?
I am.
You are? Okay.
I'm originally from Wheaton, Illinois.
Oh, that's right.
But moved to Nashville about 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay. Oh, okay. I was going to say just that, like, you being here, it's like Nashville's about as far south as most of the players on this team come from. Do you feel like at all an outsider coming from something that could be at least considered the South?
I wouldn't say so. Maybe a little bit. Obviously, there's a lot of people from Iowa, but this team does a good job of just welcoming everyone in and treating everyone like family. So, growing with the guys has been good.
Even the last few years, it feels like the quarterback room has been special, just very unified, and a lot of guys that really get along. Do you see that in this year's quarterback room too? You guys all really have a good time together?
For sure, it's been awesome. A bunch of great guys in the quarterback room, and like I said, being in camp, we spend a ton of time together, and so I think it's a huge advantage when your quarterback room is close, and like I said, you spend a ton of time together, so being able to encourage each other and grow with each other is huge.
Mark, somebody who's got so much experience at the college football level, what's something that you've maybe learned from him in your months with him on the roster so far?
Yeah, I've learned a lot from him. He's been great to have, and just learn the way that he leads. I think he does a good job of leading and encouraging the guys, but also getting on them when he needs to. So I've definitely learned from his leadership.
Anything else that makes you kind of stand out as a quarterback? What's your unique or individual style that if Hawkeye fans saw you out on the field, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah, I think I love this offense, and I chose to come here because of what Coach Lester is doing, and I really believe in, quarterbacks are all about timing, and so I think being on time for me is what separates me.
Would you call your hair a mullet? Is that what you're going for here?
I wouldn't say a mullet.
Not quite.
Maybe you could call it that, but right now we're staying in a hotel, so I don't have any time to go get a haircut.
Okay. I don't know if you're trying to rival Jennings Dunker right now.
No,
or what the
I'm not
situation
trying to
is.
rival him. He's got his own thing for sure.
DJ, you've had a lot of guys talking about you. I mean, when I go and talk about guys who have developed, I mean, your tight end coach said this. Kirk's, singled you out as a guy who's really developed. Do you feel like you've seen a lot of development in yourself so far here at Iowa?
Definitely. I mean, I came in, I wasn't really the biggest guy. I was probably 6'3", 210. Now I'm about 240, so I've definitely been in the kitchen eating a little bit, so that's good. It's required though, because definitely being here, you got to be able to block, and that was a big emphasis for me, especially coming in. I mean, I wasn't really playing like a blocking position in high school, so really coming here and learning how to do it properly. And then just continuously building on that each and every day. So,
what's your main key to putting on weight when you get in the kitchen?
Eating as much as possible, as often as possible.
Okay.
I got to eat like every 2 hours.
Anything specific that you're like that helps you put on weight?
Peanut butter and jelly and a Core 42.
Yeah.
I've probably had about 500 Core 42 since I've been here. It's been unreal.
Am I such a millennial that I don't know what a Core 42 is?
It's like a protein shake.
Oh,
It's
okay.
Just have that.
And you're just pounding them.
3 a day, at the least.
Yeah. Remind me how long you've been on campus. How long have you been part of the team? Is this like your second, third year?
This will be my second year.
Second year. Okay. Well, we heard that you also got put on scholarship recently. Tell me about that moment where Kirk had a chance to tell you that you're going to be on scholarship.
It was about 2 weeks after spring ball. He just brought me into the office and just let me know the good news. And yeah, it's pretty cool. That's about it. But yeah, it was a fun experience. I mean, when he told me it, I was just like, I was so shocked I didn't even really register at first, but it's definitely sunk in, and it's definitely super gratifying.
As a kid who grew up in Iowa, I mean, is that just like the dream come true moment? I mean, being on campus, I assume, was the first dream come true, but getting the chance to be on scholarship, is that like, boy, that's got to be a lifelong moment you were hoping for?
Yeah, it was definitely a humbling moment. I mean, I didn't expect it really, so when I got it, I was just super happy, super proud, and then just let my parents know. It was awesome.
Are you a lifelong Iowa fan? You root for Iowa State growing up, or what?
Oh yeah, big time Iowa fan.
Okay.
My whole basement, just Iowa stuff, just covered in it. My mom went to Iowa, so.
Oh really?
Yeah, she really probably brought that on me.
But was she an athlete or anything?
No, she wasn't an athlete,
Okay,
but she went to school here.
Gotcha. Any particular memories of watching Iowa growing up? Did you go to a lot of games or anything?
I lived about 3.5 hours away, so whenever we could make it to a game, we'd go, but it wasn't often. But I do remember watching them all the time.
Yeah. Any specific game that like stands out as one?
Ooh, that's a tough one. There's been a few bad memories. The Big Ten championship.
You were there for that one?
I wasn't there, but in 2015, that was a heart crusher.
Yeah.
But I can't really single out any specific games, really.
Norfolk Catholic grad, right?
Yep.
Jeff Beller's boy?
Yep.
That's what I like to hear. I used to work over in Sioux City, covered a few Norfolk Catholic games. Kate, you're a guy who a lot of people have been talking about the last couple of years as somebody who's just like developed a lot and really improved a lot, and that Hawkeye fans are really going to look forward to seeing. Have you seen that in yourself, that you've really grown a lot the last couple of years?
Yeah, I've been trying to get better every day, buy into the strength and conditioning program, and just try to improve every day.
Anybody in the O-line room that you've really like learned from, who's kind of taken you under their wing?
I'd probably say Logan Jones.
Yeah.
He works with me like before practice, after practice. I ask him with like personal things. It's really helped me like grow myself as like a man, an individual.
Is he going to inspire you to get married before you graduate then?
I don't know about that. We'll see, but
yeah. Do you see yourself as a center potentially in the future?
I just try to work like all three interior positions. Just try to be. It can only help me in the future. Just working on everything. I feel like that can only help me in the future.
Has that been, I mean, have you always been this type of hard worker? Did you feel like you experienced a time in your life where you flipped that switch into like really getting into hard work mode?
I feel like it's just been built into me when I was little, because my dad used to like always drag me out, and, like help him like farm and stuff. And then about later in like grade school, I really enjoyed, like I wanted to go help, and I just like enjoyed working hard. It's something that I like, love doing.
I know those folks in Norfolk are often going to be Husker fans or would go down to Lincoln. And what brought you over to Iowa? How did they get you over here?
Just Coach Barnett. He's probably one of the coaches that have inspired me the most, just like as a man and as a person.
Yeah, right over here.
And he's just like a heck of a coach. He's my all-time favorite coach, probably.
Yeah. Cool.
Even though Coach Beller's up there.
Yeah.
But he's really helped me as like a man and as a football player. And he's always hard on me, which I love.